For this episode, I team up with Mark Faninga as we search for early season whitetail and mule deer in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Hey y'all, how you doing? This is Luke Peoples from F2T2 Outdoors. We appreciate you tuning in to this channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Be there for future content. We want to get this media and content out to larger audiences. You know, Tyson and I, we really enjoy the outdoors and we really enjoy sharing our experiences with you. With that being said, we want to let you know prior to the start of this video that we were not successful in this hunt. You know, not every time you go out there to the outdoors you have a successful trip, so this is one of those cases. I do highly recommend though, however, to watch the video. There is some information on there, some general, guidance when it comes to high alpine whitetail hunting, as well as some Badlands information where I was at today. We just weren't seeing the deer that we wanted to see. So with that being said, enjoy the video. The Black Hills of South Dakota offer inspiring landscapes with rugged vitality steeped in history, tradition, and conflict. Located along the western edge of the state, the lush Black Hills cover an area of approximately 5,000 square miles. The areas within the Black Hills hold significance for a number of tribes and are still in contention today. The western portions of South Dakota are teeming with wildlife, from the high elevation elk herds to the desert mule deer of the Badlands region. My tag would allow me to shoot either a whitetail deer or mule deer west of the Missouri River. In my search for deer, I could hunt any type of terrain from alpine timber to desolate sage canyon draws. The challenges chasing early season deer proved the necessity of a multi-spectral approach to hunting. I don't know, this is Mark. He's a family friend up here in South Dakota. So he's from here. He's hunted Black Hills for how many years now?
My whole life, pretty much.
Whole life. So
he's doing it with my dad and my grandpa.
So he has a vastly more experience than I do of this area, but it's actually good that we're throwing stuff, back and forth. My experiences in Georgia and Maine and all the other areas, and then his experience here, just to kind of come up with a game plan. So like I said, tonight, I think we're going to use tonight as basically a glassing day, if you will. Look over this field, see where the deer are funneling to and from, and then target of opportunity. I think we're going to be less than 100 yards away from 3 different rubs out there. So, a big muley or a big whitetail could come up and pass right in front of us, and then we'll just take the shot. So with that being said, I think we're going to head into town here, grab some food, stock up a little bit of stuff that we forgot to get, and then head back out there. So we'll see you guys out there.
Right here, the pond watering hole's right there. Okay. So I mean, if we that way, I'd say, yeah, it's kind of that direction. So it's September 7th, about 5:32 p.m. It's the first day of our South Dakota hunt. We are in here in the area we found a little bit earlier, where we saw 3 or 4 rubs, fresh rubs, and also some deer sign on the ground. So we came in here with a blind and set up opposite downwind of some trails that we saw. And so far it's really hot. 34 degrees, so we're sweating in here. But looks like the sun's about to crest the pines, and we should get a little cooler and hopefully a little more action. So wish us luck. Mark, these bees are gonna kill me. See it? Hey, so we're just sitting here, and there's 3 bull elk calling back and forth with each other out here in this meadow. It's too bad I don't have a tag. Wrong season, so it's really pretty to listen to. Hey, so we're not seeing much right here in the blind. I threw everything at them, a couple grunts. I did some scraping out or rubbing on a tree. We're gonna get out of the blind right now and walk towards this watering hole with the wind at our face. Are you zooming with that thing? They see us now. Yeah. There's another bull coming out. Let's go across this. Let's go to this edge. Do you see it? Do you see it? That's a good 6x6. So we were just walking this way, heard a huge, probably sound like a buck doing a rub. We have like 10 minutes left to light, so we're gonna crawl in.
Chef Boy, our Mark over here. How was today, Mark? What happened?
It's pretty good. We came out here about 6 o'clock. We set up camp and then we went back out to the field there. We saw some deer right away as soon as we started driving. we stopped, hopped out, got ready, went over there and walked up on them. Just saw a few does. And after that, we decided that, you know, we're just gonna let them sit and we'll head back to the where we saw maybe some other stuff at. Went up there, set up a ground blind, and we sat inside there for a couple hours. We didn't see much there, so we decided to hop out and go walk around. And after walking out after I'd say 100 yards, we started spotting some elk and some deer were moving. That's about it.
We'll get after him tomorrow.
Yep.
We're gonna go to the same spot in the morning, so.
It's morning, day 2. We came up to a area we hunted last night with all that activity. The does, when they fed off the watering hole, they filtered down this draw. And so we are set up with the wind in our face for them to come back from the field feeding, hoping to catch one moving back through. So see binoculars, big buck across the way. Where the big elk were last year. So we were sitting there glassing the elk that was at that watering hole. And across the meadow, we saw 2 big-bodied deer that looked like bucks. We couldn't get a good picture of the amount of points. But Mark and I decided to walk along the edge of the meadow and then access it from downwind and start stalking up on these bucks. Well, we got into position around 50 yards or so, and it was ended up being 2 spikes. So I'm not ready to shoot a spike yet, but they blew out of there. I think for right now we're gonna head back to the truck, and we're just gonna put some rubber on pavement, try to get as much understanding of this area and where the deer are at. Preferably, we'd like to see or get eyes on a decent sized buck that's bedded down so that we can come up with a game plan tonight. So, beautiful morning though. It's second day, September 8th. It's 7:44 right now. Temperature is like 60 degrees, so it's pretty nice out. We have a front coming in tomorrow that's gonna drop the temperature to about in the 30s in the morning and evenings. There's a big rainstorm front that's about to come through here. So yeah, we'll get on them. All right, let's figure out where we were gonna head to. Nothing like cold coffee.
There's a bunch of watering holes down in here that I've got marked on the other side there.
Yeah. I think we should move a little bit lower altitude.
Let's see what top.
Are you talking about like these watering holes right here? So we are right here, and then those are the most southern ones that I marked.
Yeah, that's probably roughly where mine are at.
We can at least head that direction.
There's a good, if we go straight across the road here, there's a road that will start heading down, and then it kind of loops back around, and we can hit this little trail over here. And I know there's a bunch of fingers off in there that we can try.
It looks like this is sort of a ridge system that looks down on this little bottom. So,
Which one, the straight across?
I know our maps look different. Zoom in.
Yours doesn't show the roads.
Well, I can do that.
Oh.
I got no service right now, so it's probably not gonna. Okay, so if we head straight across here,
Yep.
right, that road that I'm talking about, and down in this bottom, I think there's a road that cuts over to the right off that main road. So here we are up here.
Yep.
If we come down here, then hit a right at this Y, and then take this road. Looks like it goes up into. It follows kind of this. Valley system. Are you tracking what I'm putting down?
Yeah. What I'm showing, that road where it takes a Y, though, it kind of dead ends.
Okay, so and then I have a road that comes off of that just by imagery.
Right.
And then we'll verify public access.
Yeah, that's all public down there.
It should be. All right, I think we got a game plan.
Yeah.
At least we like to think so. I think I was telling Mark, and I'm not a hunter from South Dakota, but maybe the bucks feel like they're competing with the elk that are. We're seeing elk everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole morning there was probably 5 bulls out there with a couple cows just going at it. So. Head a little bit to lower elevation and see if we're seeing any difference. We're seeing a bunch of doe groups. Like, there's no shortage of does.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we can get down to these lower elevation points, and the bucks might still be bachelored up, or we can get some eyes on. I think it opens up a little more down there, so we can see a little bit farther. Try to come up with a game plan tonight. So, anything to add?
Nope.
I get this question all the time. Why do you like to hunt an animal that's so peaceful? My answer to that question is pretty complicated, but it involves understanding today's methods of processing food. When I have the opportunity to harvest clean meat in the form of wild game, I jump at that opportunity. It's been proven by numerous scientific studies that wild game carries superior vitamins and minerals, more so than your typical raised beef or pork products. And let's not forget about the impact of inflation and the rising cost of meats. From a mental health perspective, if you immerse yourself into wild environments and hunt animals, It will inspire primal sensations within your body due to our genetic makeup. Hunting is my connection to the natural world. When I stalk big game through timber, I will pause and take it all in. The rustling wind, the leaves on the trees, the sound of fresh cold water bubbling down a mountainside, or the distinct smell of a rutting elk wallow. I tell my senses to take it all in, and they are piqued. So we're heading into the evening of day 2. We decided to drop from, it was 6,900 feet in elevations where we're camping at. We saw a lot of sign up there. Most of it was probably elk. So we were talking to some locals here, and they recommended that we drop down in elevation, and it's exactly what we did today. So we are in a lower altitude portion of the Black Hills. Currently we're heading down a logging road that we found a meadow, and we glassed up on the hillside there for a little bit, just checking to see if we see anything moving or bedded along these hillsides. And now we're just making our way down this funnel, and we're gonna check for sign. We're gonna look for rubs, anything that really gives it away.
So we just got set up. I made a rookie mistake coming in here with one battery for the DLSR. So we're saving what's left of that battery and the opportunity if we see a deer come out. So from that vantage point where we were glassing, we ended up coming down into that meadow. And when we got to the bottom, the wind shifted on us. So now we had to cross the meadow to set up, well, for good for the wind. We're set up on a little draw, and we're overlooking it, hoping that the animals will funnel through it prior to getting onto the meadow. Up here, the MO so far is the animals will come to and from bedding to get water and feed in the meadow overnight and in the morning. So we're set up for a transition from bedding to get a drink of water and feed. We popped up here, we busted a giant bull elk. He was a 7x7. So I'll come back here in 20 years once I get enough points. It's really hard to draw for this area for elk, so we just had a front blow through. Winds kicked up to about 40 miles an hour. It was lightning, raining for about 20 minutes. And since that front blew through, the temperatures dropped about 15 degrees. Right now it's about 58 degrees. And yeah, looking forward to the evening. I think it's shaping up to be a good one. We'll see though. Something that's been very apparent to me since being up here for 2 days now is hunting whitetail in the Black Hills is tough. The deer density is not that good, and then the buck to doe ratio is pretty low. The biggest thing we've had to focus on is covering as much ground as possible. I forget how many square miles the Black Hills National Forest is, but it's huge. So we've been focusing on water this early season, but it's nothing like anything I've hunted before. It's tough up here, guys. It's tough. But hopefully we run into one.
All right, so here it is. Bottom of the ninth, tied score, bases loaded, 3 balls, 2 strikes, last at bat. And we moved from the Black Hills this morning. We just weren't seeing what we wanted to see. We didn't see any deer except for very far away on a ridge top. Tried to go stalk in on it, and by the time we got there, it was completely gone. So what I did, Mark had to go do his National Guard stint for this weekend, so he had to go back to his house, and so it's just me. I'm going to self-film this hunt. We moved to the Badlands area of South Dakota, which is about 30-45 minutes southeast of Rapid City. There's a public land spot that I'm hunting here. I've been glassing all day, driving around this spot, and I found a good location. It's down by a river. There's cottonwoods, looks like some oaks, sparse through. My understanding is there's some mule deer back in here. So we are gonna give it a try. The temperature is about 52 degrees. This is day 3. Last day of the hunt. Last evening. We'll give it a go.
Hey, we made it in. It's 1:40. Expecting a deer move a little bit early today. We tucked into this fallen tree, so hopefully it will blend in with the background of the fallen tree. So I think it's going to be a good night. Last night, South Dakota. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So I decided to move a little bit closer to this river. It's pretty thick in here. About 20 minutes ago, I saw a tattooed doe from my previous location move across this trail. So once they passed by, I decided to move up a little bit and find some good cover. I'm currently overlooking some of this an open area here. I'm sitting behind a cedar, so it's about 3:30. They're moving pretty early, so hopefully that means good news.
So hey, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you looking at our channel. Sorry for the ending there. We weren't successful this time. However, you know, not every time you go out into the woods you're successful. So definitely learned a lot. We are looking forward to getting back out there again. We have a Texas archery hunt when the season opens in Texas, and hog hunt in Texas as well. And then end of October, we do have a rut hunt in Georgia. That'll be for 7 days. So look out for our content. F2T2 out.